Welcome back to the channel where I tell you what trades I'm taking and what I'm expecting next for Bitcoin. So we've had some crazy price action. We've dunked very, very, very hard. Now, I'm still in my short trade, my head short, which is up here. I'm actually starting to take major profits on that as we reach these lows right here. Now, I'm going to be telling you what I'm expecting going forward because of the matter of the fact that we've actually taken out a very key level, which was this wick coming back down here at the 7th of April. That's a very, very key level. Also coinciding with a large volume area. And I'll show you what I'm specifically what I mean here. So we can see the ranges very nicely put here. The value area high and the value area low of this entire spot. Now, what we can also have a look at is to look for confluence levels. What do we got? So we got okay. So we got that. Okay, so it's all a box actually when you think about it. And we got a large level that's pointing right here. Take out the lows here, take out this low, come into this low sequence right there, drag sentiment out. Very, very, very high likelihood within this box we have a bounce. Now, the last zone I'm looking at is potentially into this at 63. However, I think that's quite an aggressive drop with no bounce. And I, in fact, do believe we are probably going to form a low. It might pan out a little bit differently in terms of how we do it. It might zigzag for a bit. But I'm going to start accumulating spot very, very soon. In my next video, I'm probably going to show those orders that I've placed. Just spot orders, and I'll do perpetual trades later. Because I think overall in the spot market, this is not a bad place to be getting into for some swing trades, specifically for your spot bag. Now, if you're very, very cautious, you can do a triangle formation and just ladder in heavy as you get deep, more buys as the lower you go. Okay, so there's definitely a sequence you can do to it. But that's essentially what I'm looking at right now because we've hit some very, very key levels of support. This is an emergency update. It's very late here, but I'm here to execute. So we know that we've come into a key level of support. We know we've taken out liquidity from here and here. One thing we can also put on is the liquidity data. What we can see specifically is the fact that there's not much more liquidity to the downside. So if we just nuke to the downside, market makers and the people who run the markets, if you want to call it that, typically don't tend to target places where there's low liquidity. Now, what I mean by that is stop losses essentially and liquidation levels. So it's all pointing to the higher targets in terms of where that is. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, might do this for a bit, but I'm not even going to bet on that. I think things can happen pretty quick. So I'll be expecting a little bit of a bounce back into this range. And then from there, we could see if we roll over. But if we're looking at all the momentum metrics too, we can definitely see that a bounce should be coming in relatively soon. On the monthly, it's looking pretty grim, but that's okay because that's the monthly landscape. Daily is looking like it wants to turn up a bit. So it's looking quite akin to this, which was there. This was here. This is here. And you got another key one coming in here. So, you know, I would say that the likelihood is we're going to be bouncing. So in fact, I'm just trying to think how much I'm going to put in. I'm probably going to put $20,000 in spot, maybe even more, but I'll do that and I'll show those orders live in the moment. Well, in the next video I make, just because I want to see price plan out for a bit longer, but we'll go from there. Okay. Other than that, that's the current setup. Let's see what other levels we got. So the monthly level, we know that there's one down here at 58. I would not expect price to just reject there just like that. That'd be very, very extreme, but nonetheless, very strong level of support coming in there. Daily VWAPs, we got trend lines, we've got liquidity, which is what we've hit, resistances, which we've already done, and then final support. So yeah, really, if I'm going to keep it very, very clean and straight with everyone, I would say that it's just essentially you got the liquidity wick here, and you got the highs of this range here coming in at around $70,000. So that's why there's a bit of a lenience, this box here. If that box breaks, then we're heading down to 61K, but I'm not going to expect that until we get there, okay? Because that's a bit extreme. Because that fall would then just be a 40% fall in the matter of, what, 15 days or so? Just for the time that this has fallen, if you look at this, we've fallen about 40% in 123 days. So traditional bear markets about a year long, so we're talking about 165. We've got about that much longer. So damn, that goes quick. That year's going to fly by, far out. Anyway, enough about the year. Within this region, I think it's going to look something like this. Within here, we're going to bottom. And this obviously could shoot up, but I think that's why I'm just going to start buying spot here, because I think that's going to be a push up. Now, we could definitely have a flash crash here, and then that's why I'm in spot, okay? Because then when we get there, and I'm very confident lows, and I can then do a collateralized long on that trade. But for where we're looking at now, I think spot's the way to go first. I'm keeping a little bit of my head short open still, just in case we have that final wick lower. But I'm gonna start closing that out a lot. That's obviously now in, how much profit would that be? 20+%. So pretty solid. Yeah. Other than that, guys, if you're wanting to trade, go to Bybit in the descriptions below. I got Weeks descriptions below. If you sign up to those links, that helps me make better videos for you, because it encourages me to make more content. It incentivizes me to make more content, which in turn makes better content. And I can update everyone on what trades I'm taking and how I'm approaching the market with transparency, because I know that's what people want to hear, right? So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign up to those links, guys, so I can see the numbers on that, and that'll be awesome. And then, yeah, that's about it. So happy trading, and I'll see you guys in the next update. For now, have a great day. God bless.